Hi, this is Scott Siskin. I'm the president of First Republic Mortgage Bankers. When you need a mortgage, call First Republic Mortgage Bankers and deal direct. Eliminate the middleman. No mortgage broker fees. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on your high-rate mortgage and your credit cards. You can save every single month by refinancing. You personally can save every month by locking in the lowest rates in over 30 years. And we make house calls to the entire tri-state area 7 days a week. Call 718-380-0006 if you're buying a home or you want to refinance your home. 718-380-0006.
Some time out to bring Eddie Albert, a proficient, competent, and long-standing loan officer from First Republic Mortgage Bankers, to the studio. Yeah, the radio studios. So all the people who did not get a chance to tune into us earlier on today, you can now take a listen to this man. Do not call as yet. He is going to be on the radio for the next few minutes. After that, some of you lucky individuals will get 5.5%. But to lock that in, because you never know what happens in this market, you need to call us. Before I give out the number, Eddie, welcome back, man. How you doing?
How you doing, Squeeze?
Everything is great, man.
Great.
Now, we were just talking about checks, and a lot of people want to get checks.
Absolutely.
And you can make that possible for a lot of folks who need checks.
Sure can.
Especially when people need money to pay their bills. You know, people need to do the right thing. Maybe some of us need to refinance, okay? And we were just talking to someone who needed some money, somebody who needed to have a check, and somebody who could potentially refinance because they own their own home.
Right.
Well, once again, it is a source of cash, increasing your cash flow. And we spoke about that early today. Let's just talk to the masses right now because the phone lines are blazing. I keep telling these people, do not call for you yet, and there they go. But anyway, let's talk a little bit, Eddie.
Well, this is a great time for people to look at their financial situation. It's December, 1 month before 2008, and you want to start off the new year on good footing. In other words, you want to have a strong foundation. A lot of people at this time of the year, you know, they've been procrastinating throughout the year. Now the holidays are upon us. Now is the time really to say, you know what? I'm going to start off strong next year. I want to come out of the gate and I want to be in a real positive mode next year. I don't want to worry about the stresses of having financial difficulties in January, February, and March when these bills start to come in from the holidays. I want to get right on top of this right now. And you know, everybody thinks it's so complicated. All it is really a phone call, and then we can evaluate your personal financial situation and tell you, yes, you could save X amount of money, and you have A, B, C, D, E programs to look at. And we'll take a look at each one. But the most important thing is to make the call so we can look at those credit cards, we can look at those auto loans, we can look at those education debts. We can see which one is having the largest negative impact on your financial well-being. And that's really important in First Republic. We pride ourselves on looking at each individual person's financial situation and coming up with a positive plan to turn their lives around. And you know, we've had so many success stories. We have another one coming on in a little while, that a woman that I'd helped out that had an adjustable that was going to switch. She needed some cash, and I was able to look at a situation, qualify her for a very, very low fixed rate, and change her life around. Because let's face it, you get a house, you want to keep it, you want to use it as a positive way to have financial growth in your life. And the way to do that sometimes, and you do have credit card debt, you have those installment loans, education loans, auto loans, what have you, and you don't act on them and they start to eat you alive. You want to get rid of those things and get back to basics. Get back to paying one bill a month, get caught up, and take a deep breath and say, you know what? I'm going to change my life here. I want to change my life.
You know what? I just want you to just listen to a couple of things I'm going to ask for a minute here right now. A lot of folks out there listening, if any of this applies to you, the question, the comments that I'm making, then it's time for you to call us here in the studios. I will give the number at the end after Eddie Albert comments on what I'm about to say to the people out there. Let me ask you, should you refinance now? That's a question that you're asking yourself. Should you refinance now? Sometimes it makes sense to refinance. Sometimes it doesn't. And it depends on your individual situation and what your financial goals are. For instance, you might want to get yourself into a to lower your interest rate and or your monthly payment. But you need to ask yourself some questions. Now, what questions would you want to ask yourself about refinancing? And I know Eddie is like laughing and smiling and ready to respond. Here are some of the questions you might ask yourself. How long do you expect to be in your home? Yeah, Mondays we're breaking things down. Here's another question. How much equity do you have in your home? Here's another one. Are you willing to pay points? Listen to me. Are you willing to pay points to get a lower rate? Here's another question. Will having lower payments more than make up for the closing costs, fees, and points, if any? Yeah, we're educating the people now. All right. Another question. Should you refinance from an adjustable rate to a fixed rate? Generally, it's a good idea to have to get a fixed rate. But you need to find out more by speaking with the loan officer. All right. And let me ask you this also, or you should be asking, are interest rates higher for a cash out refinance? I repeat, are interest rates higher for a cash out refinance? These are all questions that can be answered today, right now, right here in the studios. Here's another one. When should you lock in an interest rate? Did I ask that? When should you lock in an interest rate? Are there really loans with no closing cost? That's a question you should ask. How long does it take to refinance? How much money will I need to bring to the closing? I could go through all these questions for you, but the man is right here to answer all of those questions. Your comment, Eddie, before I open up the phone lines, because you know all these questions that we just asked, a lot of people want answers, and I know you're the man for it. What's your comment on what I just said and asked there?
You know, Squeeze, you're pointing in your listeners in a great direction, and they really need to educate themselves. And that's what First Republic stands for. We're educating the consumer. You know, we're telling you, we're giving you options. You're picking the program. You have to live with the mortgage payment. You have to feel comfortable. We want to find the best program that you feel comfortable with. And that's by asking these questions. We can look at your financial situation and put you into the program that is actually going to save you money and save you a lot of stress and time and energy at the end of the month. Our goal is to simplify your life, not make it more difficult. And by asking these questions, let's face it, you need to get those answers before you sign on the dotted line.
That's true. So you know what, right now then, let's open up the phone lines. And everyone with those questions, okay, they were very important questions. And, you know, today and beyond, I'm going to start helping out people with questions that they need to ask, questions that they might not think of asking. Because we're not here to circumvent or hide anything, all right? We can't get all the information in. We don't know all the questions.
No.
But we're going to try to get in as many as possible, okay? Do we have all the answers? Well, I tell you what. I think we are about 97% with all the answers. Can we do everything? No, we can't do everything. But right now, let's open up the phone lines. I am going to allow you to speak with the man who has answers for you from a bank, not some middle institution. A bank, meaning a direct lender. They have been around for 13 years plus and growing. And they have created what's called a refi boom. The number to reach Eddie at right now is 718-325-5555. That is 718-325-5555. I do apologize for keeping Eddie so long on the airwaves, but right now he's going to the phone lines. You are going to the phone lines, right, Eddie?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you can help New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York.
Absolutely.
Florida, Georgia, Maryland, Delaware.
We got all those bases covered.
Pennsylvania, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eddie is going to the phone lines right now. Give him a call. Once again, folks, the number is 718-325-5555.